Hello gang, how goes it? I am back from my adventures going back down south. Got to see my son, all kinds of cool stuff. But anyways, I got to give a little shout out to D and D Auto. Now, it's not going to be, it's kind of intermixed, but point is they were super friendly. We had a bit of an issue when getting the new to me Dodge 1500, and they were really spot on the money with helping out. But there was a few other little issues. So remember I said I was going to get an old 2000 Dodge Ram. Well, I got one. Here it is, and the sun is just perfectly casting shadows all over it. I just put some new boots on it. Man, those are nice. These are called the Cooper Stronghold, and man, I like them. I like them a lot. They had the little pizza cutters on there, but yeah, this is it. I wish I had taken this when the sun was really out and shining. As a matter of fact, you know what? How's that? That's a lot better, isn't it? Check it out. Check it. Bling, bling. Check it, check it. That is a nice, clean ride, isn't it? Well, here you go. I gotta give you some warning here. It is not nearly as nice as it actually shows up on camera. And that was the issue that I faced whenever I went down there, because whenever I got there, what I was expecting is probably what you guys are seeing right here. It was listed as 106,000 miles. Really a cherry truck, you know. Let me show you the interior. You're going to see sunflower seeds all over the place because I'm slightly addicted to those. All right. But the interior is really nice. About as nice as you can expect from a 20-year-old truck. Especially one that the dash would always break up. But here's the deal. All right, the dash did break up, and it already has the aftermarket components installed very piss poorly. I had to put tape on there to keep the dash from flopping around, which is just utter bullshit. I was, oh my God, you know, right? Hey, Pip. Also, the paint, it is really pretty darn bad. It has been painted before. I don't know to what extent. It could be just from that pinstripe down it's been painted. Maybe, I don't know. I doubt it though, because we still got clear coat peeling over here, which that's very much a factory thing. But it's definitely at least been painted from here down. And they have done, so this, I knew about this, but I already got the cab corners. They came in today, right? So I got cab corners for each side. But here's the deal. It's like this silver is not even supposed to be there. This is a repaint, which tells me that it's, you know, it probably had been rusted out and stuff and been fixed. But see, you can see overspray and stuff. That's not normal. But I mean, you know, I'm sitting here complaining and stuff. It's still extremely nice for a 2000 Ram. But there are things going on with it that I was like, oh, what? So I went to South Carolina and got this truck, right? And I got there and I saw this. It's like, oh shit, it's not a Southern truck at all. This thing came from Pennsylvania. They have rust there, you know. But overall, I did crawl up underneath it, and I did. I mean, it's good. It's good. However, the dash is a problem, and the engine is using oil. But the engine using oil, I'm almost 100% positive, is because of the plenum gasket is leaking. These things were really known. It's no big deal. All it is, they've got this plate underneath the plenum, which is the intake, right? These Magnum engines had a great big, they call it a keg intake, and it's just the design is what it looks like, and people call it a keg intake. But anyways, the point is there's a gasket down there, and it likes to basically get sucked in and out of place. Once that happens, and there's a break in that gasket, the seal is broken, then your intake will ingest a lot of oil. And so I burnt a couple quarts of oil making the drive up. I say a couple, no, 1 quart. It burnt 1 quart on the drive up. Okay, so and I've had to put 1 more since I got here, and that's causing 2 problems. One, it's using oil. Okay, but I haven't done a compression check on the cylinders yet, so I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's just sucking oil into the intake, and it's burning it that way. But the problem that it causes, yeah, you're burning oil. Number 2, you're going to have a little bit of decreased power, and this is, I mean, they were never powerhouses anyways, but it's kind of noticeable. It's like it doesn't have the torque to hold where it needs to on the interstate. Whenever you're interstate driving, you know, slightest heel, it'll want to kick out of overdrive and down into 3rd gear, and that's caused it's suffering. I think it needs new plugs. It needs that plenum fixed. It still has the factory exhaust on it, so I'm gonna have fun playing with it. It is a nice truck. It's in good shape, but it has that hole right there. It's got bubbles, right? It's got bubbles, and I think this was probably repaired before. The other side, up here at the top, look at that. It's a whole different color. I don't know what happened up here. I don't know why it's like that. There's definitely a repair of some sort, because you can see, well, the primer underneath and some crazy, somewhere there's some, you can see the paint, the tape marks, whatever. The point is there was a reshoot up there. That could have been just like rattle can paint. I don't know, but whatever. But yeah, we got bubbling. And then this is the other cab corner, right? You can see there was some work done here. I don't know exactly how much work, but we got an issue right there. So I haven't decided yet. I think that I'm going to try and do it, which means I got to take the bed off and scoot it all the way back and up onto the tire a little bit to give me room to get back here. And I'll cut all this out and install new cab corners. I've never done anything like that, but I think that it'll be fine. I'll be able to do it. Otherwise, it's take it in, and it's $1,500, which I don't want to spend any more on this truck because of all the developments, as well as, you know, I mean, I'm not made of money. So, but one final thing, okay? I told you 106,000 miles, right? On the title, it says exempt. And so that tells me that's not the original mileage on this truck. Dang it. So what did I do about that? You know, what did I do? I was in South Carolina getting this truck, and I found all these issues, and they're all completely doable, workable issues. The truck drives nice. It drives really nice. It's good. It's got a better ride than my Nissan does right out the gate, you know. And that's and this is a 20-year-old truck. So I needed it. I needed a way home. I was going to either waste money on a rental car and come back home, or go ahead and buy this. So basically, I was like, nah, listen, it ain't what I thought it was, you know, but it's workable. And so we came up with a deal, and I gave him $3,500, which I don't even want to say this, but I'm going to. I had already given $500 for them to hold it for me, so technically I paid $4,000 for the truck. Okay, but because of the way it worked out, I gave him $500, and then 2 weeks later I gave him $3,500. It feels like I got it for $3,500. So I think I'll probably just tell people I got it for $3,500. I know that's what Irene thinks already. But anyways, everything, all the issues are small and easy to deal with. Whatever the mileage is, it's fine. I can work with that. It's not too big or anything. But those issues did make me see it a little bit differently. And so, yeah, I'll probably go ahead and try and finagle those cab corners in myself. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and paint it myself. Yeah, I kept the stock rims, and just put new tires on the stock rims. Honestly, I'm so glad I did that. I like it. I mean, so many rims look like Monster Energy freaking sponsored bullshit these days, and I don't like it. But I do like 18s or 17s and 18s better than these 16s. But now that I've done it, I'm so glad I didn't waste money on rims, because these are aluminum and they're not going to rust. Great, right? They've lasted this long and they're in great shape. I might go ahead and at some point repaint them. What's supposed to be going on here? Oh, nope, that's what I wanted. What's supposed to be going on here is, I believe this part is polished aluminum and this part is painted. And so I might possibly at some point take each wheel and tire assembly off one at a time and repaint this portion and repolish this portion, or I might just polish these. I don't know. To tell the truth, I probably ain't going to do a damn thing, because honestly, looks good. I like it. It's a damn good looking truck. Oh, and if you're wondering why there's trash in it, I went to the landfill today, and turns out today's the day they're closed. They're closed every day of the work week, every day of the work week except for today. So silly. But so let's talk just a little bit about fuel mileage and power. The condition this is currently in right now, absolutely no question about it. The Nissan Frontier V6 has more power than it does. Part of that could be, part of it is definitely, it's an older design, and they only put out 235 horsepower, something like that, from the factory. But the torque is what I'm having an issue with. I'm like, man, I've really lost torque, and I think that is probably because of the issues that's going on with the engine, and it needs freshened up and needs some things. Fuel mileage. I was very impressed with the fuel mileage. The first fuel mileage reading that I did was almost 14 miles to the gallon. And what I noticed that was on the this thing, it up above on the ceiling here, it has a display, a readout and everything. Let's see what we got here. Oh God, shut up. All right, so it has a readout. Let's see what the current MPG is. 14.5, and that is, yeah, I'm driving pretty easy and everything. I'm keeping my foot out of it, and that is that's what I'm averaging. No, it's not a true that's what I'm averaging, because what I was getting at is whenever I did the calculations, I got right at 14 miles to the gallon. Whenever I checked on that thing up there, the digital display, it was about 3 points too low. So that right now showing 14.5 miles per gallon. It might be 14.8, 14.9 miles per gallon, or 14, yeah. So 14.5 miles per gallon, let's just go with that, for a truck that costs $3,500 and is a big full-size 4-wheel drive. Honestly, that's not too big of a deal. My buddy, I got a buddy, Scott, he's got a at this point, it's a 2016 model, so I don't know if he even still has it. But he was only getting 13 to 15 miles a gallon, and that it was a brand new Toyota, and so it's a little down on power, but I think so. I already have plans to mess with that. I don't need much power. I just need it not to kick out of overdrive so often, So the plans for what I'll do to the engine probably is I will probably be putting on headers and exhaust. That right there alone, headers and exhaust, are really going to free up a lot of power, because the exhaust stuff is really stifling. I'm sorry, the stock stuff is really stifling on power. So there's that, headers and exhaust. Then I will also run an electric radiator fan. Get rid of the regular fan, the clutch driven fan that's on the front of the engine. So we'll go electric. I'll take the cylinder heads off, or get a set somewhere. It probably would be easiest just to get a set of Magnum heads from somewhere, and have them milled down so that the combustion chamber is about 60 cc's. I don't know if I'll go far enough to get the 58 cc's like the aluminum heads are, but have them milled down, and then take the whole top end off of the motor, put the milled cylinder heads on with thinner gaskets, and put a Hughes air gap intake setup on it. And all of those things combined, what we've got is the electric radiator fan, free-flowing exhaust, intake upgrade, and then I forgot the cold air intake, like a good cold air intake. Like I might run a snorkel just so that I can have cold air intake, like really cold air intake. I don't want that shit coming from the hood at all. Maybe I'll cut a hole in the fender or something, and I want true cold air intake, because my goal is to get this thing to 18 miles per gallon on, just like average driving around. And I think I'll be able to get it there. And then if I can do that with all those upgrades, yeah, it's going to have a lot more power too. Probably, that'll probably bump it up to 300 horsepower or more. Oh, and then the stock throttle body. I can do work on that myself. I don't think I'll port it because I don't want power. I don't want high RPM power. I want low RPM torque. So I don't think that I'll port it, but you can cut off all of the bracketry that's on the top of it. But yeah, all of that stuff. Yeah, I don't care if it produces great power at 4,500 RPMs. I don't want this thing to ever hit 4,500 RPMs. I don't care about high RPM power. Not at all. Which, come to think of it, I shouldn't even put on the headers. There's no point. There's no point in headers. Just give it a good open flowing exhaust. Because headers are all about high RPM power.
You know, that's their thing. You know, whatever. I'm having fun, messing around with this. Super happy. All I've got to do is keep it for about 6 months. It's got to last for 6 months, and it will have paid for itself. You know, because it's taken the place of the Nissan. So, anywho, so yeah. I hope you like the truck, and if you don't, I mean, I don't care. Go ahead and tell me all the whole Ford, Chevy, Dodge BS. They all have their good sides. They all have their problems. Just find something you like and enjoy it. I like these Dodges, and I'm really happy to be back in this thing, in one of these, a second gen Dodge. I like them a lot. Anyways, later.